everybody, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. We are sitting here on the docks of Lothlorien, right over here just off the shores of the Anduin, and right over there you can just see the dark and sinister trees of Mirkwood as the sun is rising. We are just before dawn here. When we last left off, we were actually over there in the eaves of Mirkwood. We had to travel back over, go over to our house and do a little inventory maintenance. And as you see, when's the last time you saw me with that much space in my bags? That's almost a full bag there. That's almost a full 15-slot bag I've got open now. Oh, praise be to the Valar. The other reason is having done that, we needed to get we needed to bind ourselves again, and the nearest to this part of Mirkwood, the nearest milestone is right up the hill here, and just around this little party pavilion, right over there. Right there's the nearest milestone to this shore of Mirkwood, without going deeper into the wood itself. And I think the last time we were here, it was all dark and dusky and nighttime over there, and you couldn't really see everything well. Now you can get a better look at just what... Oh, these revelers, I do apologize. I did not mean to interrupt y'all. Just a moment and I'll be right done. As you can see here, you get a better look at Mirkwood over there and the dark, forbidding shore. Now, another thing that you need to know, whenever we were talking, we were left off, we were over on Talan Howdeer, and we were talking to Howdeer, and he was saying that how it would be some while. Boy, then they aren't joking when they were saying that river runs fast, are they? Look at that speed there. No wonder the Fellowship took the boats on the river, because it just, at the speed it runs, it took them right on down very quickly. But, yes, back to the Talan Howdeer. When we were talking to him, and he said it would be some time before the elves of Lothlorien were ready, and the Malledhrim, the Golden Host, were ready. And then in the very next breath, not only that, they're drunk. Glasnir should be proved of this lusty vintage. It has aged quite well. That, in addition, is a rather inappropriate, shall we say, things for them to be saying. Yeah, we'll just leave y'all to it here in just a moment. Just give us a few more minutes. We will leave you alone. In case you're wondering, if you've ever played the Farmers Festival, you remember the hobbits who sit there at the festival, the drunken hobbits, who you have to go and track down and scold for being drunk. Well, right here, year-round, all the time, the elves over here on this bank are having the same kind of celebration. They have gotten quite drunk, and as you saw, they're prude and lusty. He should have been said proud and, what would he say? Proud and something else. Proud and last vintage. And you have to go around and scold them and tell them that it's time to sober up as well. So yeah, while we've got shows you elves right there in a nutshell. While we've got a giant army of elves over here, the host of the Malledhrim have put on armor and traveled over to Mirkwood here to fight against the forces of evil. We've got others just sitting over here enjoying the sunshine and getting drunk. Oops. Yep, there they went. And they always disappear at dawn. Let's hope they... well, I was going to say, let's hope they disappeared off to sleep off their hangovers and all. But no, I hope maybe they've made a friend. Maybe they've gone somewhere to celebrate being young for an elf. They're only 15,000 years old, so they're young. Celebrate being young and full of life. So there you go. You can see the shore there, the dark shore of Mirkwood. But as I was saying, now that I've gotten interrupted by the drunken revelers twice now that they're gone, perhaps I won't hear them smooching back there anymore. Actually, he was British, so I guess they're snogging back there, aren't there? when Moria and Lothlorien and all came out, obviously Mirkwood was not available yet. Mirkwood came out on a later expansion. I'll put the dates up here when it was that Moria and Lothlorien came out, and when it was at the trying to remember, is it Shadows of Mirkwood? Was that the name of the expansion? For some reason that stuck in my head, but I can't remember if that's the exact name. I'm wanting to say no, considering the very original game was called Shadows of Angmar. So I don't think Shadows of Mirkwood is correct, but it could have been. Who knows? It could have been. But here we go. So it was like you got here and you go, well, there was no boats to take you across. And you go, well, why can't you swim? Well, you could certainly have tried it and you could have gotten over there. But all along this shore, as far as you could swim, of course, there was a barricade there with the rocks that you couldn't go past. And I think there was like an invisible barricade up yonder. But all along the shore, remember, the level cap was 60. And along the shore were like level 75 and level 80 Uruks stationed precisely all along the shore, so that there was no place that you could get over here without them coming in the water and basically one-shotting you or two-shotting you, doing enough damage that you either died or you turned around and swam back over here to Lothlorien. So that's why when he says it's going to take some time, he wasn't kidding. You know, at that time, assuming you got through Moria and all, and then got through Lothlorien. That's why there's so many quests here in Lothlorien that we seem to essentially have skipped right on past. Was because you had to have something to do while you waited for them to finish putting together Mirkwood and getting it ready to be going. So he would tell you that it'd be quite some time. You weren't able to start up book 9 until Mirkwood was finally able to be purchased. So we're going to travel back on across the river. There we go. We're back over here in the murky eaves, looking across at Lorien. And you can see the golden trees on the other side, but it is shrouded in a haze, and shrouded the power of the lady keeps, if nothing else, keeps you from looking too deep into the forest and figuring out what's going on over there. But as you see, the Malledhrim have arrived, and we'll follow these captains here. That's another thing I wanted to do, is follow these captains, because as we arrive, these captains are running up from the shore and lining up here in front of Furgam, the commander who we need to speak to. I am believing, as you see down here, we've got this instance area, the dynamic multiple areas. I'm wondering if this first part here is quite possibly an instance that you can't go any deeper until you actually complete some of the quests here. That's what I'm wanting to say, because I think that this area is kind of walled off, and that there's an area up here. I know there's a ruined fort up here that you have to pass through, and it's got a gate, and I do believe the gate is actually closed until you complete a series of the quests down here that allow you to open that gate. So that's why, and then after that, you don't see these captains and all anymore. I believe Furgam is actually sitting at a table. That's the way I remember it. We will see how it works out, won't we? Let's talk to him and see what he has to say. Commander of the Malledhrim. Forward. Out of supply.
Will you lend me your
The
ear?
battle goes well thus far, Gnarlo, but the orcs in the nearby fortress are proving tenacious. It seems they have also laid in supplies for a prolonged siege should it come to that, but we cannot afford to be tied down here for so long, or the might of Dol Guldur shall push us back into the Anduin. I bid you fight your way into these camps and destroy their supplies. This will both weaken their defense and ensure that none of them are able to retreat with valuable stores back to their dark tower. When you've completed the task, return here to me for further instructions. So we've got 8 supply crates that we need to destroy in the nearby orc camps. Let's go ahead and take a look. We are down here in the murky eaves. Yeah, you see how it's kind of bounded right here. As I said, I think you can't pass through there. I believe you have to get. There's that orc camp right there. I believe you have to get through this gate, perform these tasks in the forward in order to get there. There's a couple of orc camps down here. There are a couple up there. I'm wondering if maybe there are 2 barrels in each camp that you have to go to. You see, there's Mirkwood. When Mirkwood came out, it was kind of critically slammed a bit. I do understand that. Compared to Angmar and Moria, it was a much smaller expansion here. It's probably only about the size of Lothlorien. Probably only about the size of the Lothlorien zone. And it's a pretty linear path that it goes through. Even if you... It's much more in the old MMO standard of... Okay, you start out here and you do everything at this hub, and then you move to the next and you do everything at that hub, and then you move to the next and do everything at that hub. You didn't have the stuff that you saw in like Moria, and we would have seen in Lothlorien if we had spent more time there, where it was a case of bouncing from place to place. And there, now that it's gotten a little more daylight, you can see a little bit more of the golden wood over there across the river. It wasn't a case of having multiple kind of paths, you know, still having a linear epic path and then multiple other directions you could go with all the side quests and all. This was very much, it's a lot more linear, as you'll see. You have to kind of, as I said, more of a bounce from quest hub to quest hub. He has a couple more here in the forward. Let's see, leaderless they fall.
Mind my words,
the battle is well underway, Gnarlo, but time is not on our side, and we must hasten the defeat of our foe by any means. The orcs and goblins here in the Eaves are driven by Uruk war leaders, who drive them into battle. Without these strong leaders to threaten and lead them into battle, the rest will fall aside in disarray and fear of our strength. Take the battle to any of the Uruks whom you should encounter. Each one you defeat shall mean a swifter victory for us all. Alright, the Togosh war leaders. There's 2 of those we have to find and defeat. And finally, the assault the gates. Gnarlo, there are a pair of orc fortifications defending the banks of the Anduin. One, which they call Durbustazg, lies immediately to our north. The other, Fiolog, a bit further to the south. One of our first objectives here is to eliminate these 2 fortifications so that our landing can continue unimpeded. I need you to bolster our forces attacking these encampments, particularly the assaults upon their gates. You should choose one of them to assault. You cannot be in 2 places at once. Take its gate and hold it for as long as you can. We will send reinforcements there as soon as possible. Take the gate of one of the 2 orc fortifications. All right. And as you see, we have yet another, the Malledhrim bronze feathers, have yet another in-game trading currency that this brought on. You know, there was several in Moria. I think there was a couple like silver branches and golden leaves that you had, and then you had the Malledhrim tokens here, the Malledhrim bronze feathers. It's like before they came out with a wallet and all these things ended up in your wallet, like the Anorian coins and stuff, you ended up with a whole bunch of crap constantly filling up your you know, spring leaves, small fish, all the different festival tokens and stuff. You ended up with just tons of this stuff, you know, Kuzdul tablets. We're constantly filling up your bags with it. If you buy nothing else when you play this game, if you play it for free and you buy nothing else, it is well worth buying the wallet just to get this stuff, all these various tokens and festival stuff and marks and medallions and various barter currencies all out of your bags. Okay, so now let's see where we are going to go. I'm going to turn on the Alright, points of interest. There we go. Turn on points of interest. There is Faulug to our south. And there's the Echad Syrian. I can only assume that the other one is up here to our north. Why don't we head on down? Let's take a look down to the south here in Faulug and see what we can find. You see, these are level 61 quests. That is probably it right there. These are level 61 quests. It never brightens up in here, does it? Even during the daytime, it is still just gloomy as hell up underneath these trees. Is that a resurrection circle ahead of us? Nope, that's just a ring of bushes with a Tagash warrior on past it. Don't think we have to kill any of those. So let us go ahead and stealth up for the moment. And let's see how we are going to get up to the fort here. There we go. Guess if we had actually followed the road, it would have been easier, wouldn't it? We have reached Faulug now. There's the Malledhrim soldiers approaching it. Guess we are going to have to help them hold the gate. You have taken the gate, now defend it. Well, that was easy enough. I remember back when this quest, whenever Mirkwood opened, my dwarf was actually at the level cap, or within a few points of it. He was like 58, somewhere between 58 and 60, if not actually at the cap itself. And we came across here to Mirkwood, and there were so many people here. This quest was actually very difficult to finish because these guys kept getting killed so quick. Not the Malledhrim, but the orcs here kept getting wiped out so quickly that you couldn't ever get a hit on it on. There were probably 20 or 30 people at each one of these forts here, killing just every possible thing in sight. Another one down here? We do. Okay. I need to lock down. Thank you to Hamid Silvertoe, for telling me about locking down the skill bar here. I do greatly appreciate that. But I need to do it on this character. Apparently you have to do it on each individual one, which makes total sense, especially since this is actually a separate account. You fled from the battle? What the f*** do you mean I fled from the battle? I'm just carrying on the fight. I didn't flee from any battle. Failed. Forward assault the gates. Well, they're the ones that took me up the hill, wasn't it? Oh, jeez. Now they're making me angry. I followed the damn soldiers into the blasted gates and further up the hill. Oh, that makes me mad. That makes me angry. Alright, I'm going to run back there and grab it from him again, and then we're going to come back. And I guess this time, don't leave the darn gates. If they want to wander up the hill and die, let them wander up the hill and die. Well, they defeated the Malledhrim soldier, and good riddance, too. If y'all gonna... Oh. Alright, I'll see you when we get back to the gate. Okay, we're leaving the camp of the Malledhrim there. We've gathered up the quest again. We're going to wander this way and see if there's a road or path leading to the north. We're actually going to follow the road this time instead of cutting across country. And see if we hit... Oh, great. Goblin Runner. Totally forgot to put my stealth and all on, didn't I? That's fine. It's just nice to be adventuring in a land where I can actually turn on my, summon my horses and ride them again, isn't it? There we are. Tell you what we're going to do. I'm actually going to stealth up right quick. And then we're going to go into options. And let's see if I remember where it is. I think it is it quick slots? Lock quick slot bars? Yes, there you go. See, that's the one that I would never have guessed that. Even locking the toolbars prevents you from dragging and dropping items on them. I really should have known what that meant. As you see now, yeah, I can slide my mouse over them as much as I want to now, and I'm not trying to pull the icons off the bar down here. So thank you, Hamid. That has come in really well. Remember, that's the very top one there on quick slots, folks. And if you have a problem like me with an seems to be an oversensitive mouse, this really does help out. Let's see if we can get rid of that poison. Stealth back up and continue on up the road here. I think we're going to have to leave and go cross country because the other fort I'm thinking is up yonder. And there does not seem to be an actual road to it. Since the one to the south seemed to be such a pain in the butt, let's see if we can take the one to the north here. And as we approach it, hopefully this will be the one. Okay, that was not the gate I'm looking for. Like it's all closed up there. Let's circle around the side and see if we can find anything around this way. Yep, there's the Malledhrim soldiers. New deed, evil strongholds of Mirkwood, Yodba Stag. Alright, do not surrender the gate. So this time, we will be leaving the Malledhrim to their chances. And we will not be leaving the gate area here. I'm facing the target, dang it. Hate it whenever you're just that couple of percentage points off, just a couple of degrees off on the arc, and it's not quite there. It's like, they're a little bit to your right, I'm afraid. See if we can get around this guy. Stabby, stabby. Once again, I really think it's just what you get used to. Because I can tell you right now that in the classic WoW stuff that I'm playing, I use the keyboard commands. I use the shortcuts all the time. And then on the... Of course, whenever I'm Project 99 playing EverQuest, I use the keyboard commands all the time. I'm constantly using the shortcut keys. But put me in here, and I just like clicking on the little chiclets. What can I say? There we go. Let's get you back over here on me. I guess if we got one further away, I'm actually going to see if I can throw a rock at it and attract its attention that way. Like that guy. Let's see if we can stoop for a rock. Have we got stoop for a rock? Is that one of the abilities I have anymore? I don't think I threw it away. There we go. Too far away. There we go. See, I don't want to get any closer. I don't want it to give me you left the gate. Alright, that's as far as we're going to go, and then I'm going to run back to the gate. I wish I could get his attention on me. Yeah, y'all get y'all's butt back down here, okay? God, another one. Well, there we go. Well, I got their attention. Y'all come on down here, okay? Whoop, let's go on down this way. There we go. You have held the gate. Excellent. So we actually passed it. We lost one of the Malledhrim, but that was because he was too stupid to sit down here where we needed to be to complete the quest. Here comes his replacement anyway. Looks like Barney is late for the fight, as always. Excellent. So talk to Fergum at the Echad Sirion. We will do that now. As they go back to the continuing on their never-ending battle to take the gates. And we're going to stealth up again here in just a second. Alright, who's still on my tail? Shows me still being in combat, but I don't know why. Alright, we are almost back to camp. Whoa! That was a long slide. It's like almost like I'm bugged and permanently stuck in combat here. Let's see if I can talk to the commander, if that'll snap me out of my little combat loop. Alright, assault the gates.
How can I be of service?
Well fought, Gnarlo. Now that the enemy is pinned within those fortifications, we can work on destroying them all together. Excellent, good. And did that break me out? No, it did not. But we will stand here. We will call that an episode. And let's see if I can get myself unbugged this way. No, I can't. So y'all will just have to sit there and watch me prepare for battle. Alrighty. We hope you've enjoyed it. A little bit of an unexpected episode here. Oh, he finally gave up, did he? Don't know what was on my tail, but man, did it take him for a while to finally go, hey, he's too far away. How do you like that? You know, we can be this far away and not be out of battle. And yet, if I'm 2 feet too far from the gate, I've lost the gate. Oh, I had a good rant while I was away from y'all, so I'm not going to do it again. Anyway, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed it. Our little unexpected episode here. I've had a bad stomach bug last night, so I didn't go to work. So, decided I would get something productive done while I was sitting around running back and forth to the bathroom. So we will talk to you later. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see y'all this weekend. Bye-bye.